that there's no one in here right now, but as you chime in, if you want to go back to the beginning, this is just going to let you know you are seeing footage of GD Sports Network heading north to Baltimore, Maryland to actually witness the ladies playing Coppin State from the University of South Carolina. That is what you are seeing right now in heading north. But what I am also doing is giving you live feedback from the playoff games. Right now, the current game is the Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos. And that is what we're going to start giving you. Right now, that game is 3-0 in the first quarter with 7:29 remaining. Denver with the lead. Buffalo first and 10 at the Buffalo 33-yard line. That is currently where we are at. James Cook off the left guard for 24 yards. And a timeout for Buffalo. CBS is airing the game live. If you are unable to get to your CBS local affiliate, welcome to GD Sports Network. I will be providing you with play-by-play, letting you know what is going on in today's game. Yeah, James Cook just took the ball up the middle and broke off to the right side. He's down to the 43-yard line of Denver. It's about a 23-yard gain. That's just all in one play. All in one play. Taking the ball from the 33 of Buffalo down to the 43 of Denver. James Cook, if they get that running game going, it's going to be a long day for Denver. Denver's defense is capable up front of providing a little pressure, but naturally, if you're going to get that running game going and the threat of Allen running at times that he's in actual pass situations, then yeah, Denver's going to have a long day. But they were able to take the ball down on their first drive and get the opening drive field goal. Buffalo's going to take a timeout here. I'm not quite sure what made them call a timeout after a 23-yard gain, but it is going to be a timeout by the Buffalo Bills after the gain of 23 by James Cook off the right side. And as I stated, if Buffalo is going to get that running game going, it is definitely going to be a problem. All right, out of the timeout, we are back to live coverage, and James Cook again is going to take the handoff and get 10 yards on this carry. So if he's going to gas him for 20 and 10 back to back, yeah, it's going to be a long day for this Denver defense. And on this play, Patrick Surtain looks like he's getting up slow, which is definitely going to be a problem. Getting hurt, hitting that running back, running hard through the hole. And it looks like he's favoring his right shoulder. Could just be a stinger, but he is the first to meet the running back. It looks like he took a shot to the shoulder going after the running back, which was Cook, but then he also took some friendly fire from his own player, and he went down on that play. We're going to have to keep an eye on that because Patrick Surtain is very important to this Denver defense, especially against a quarterback like Allen. But the main thing being right now is that James Cook is gashing them. One run for 23 yards, one run for 10 yards. Right now he currently has 3 carries for 38 yards. Allen has only thrown the ball once, but even when he threw it, he was able to play action to a wide open receiver, which was an 11-yard gain. So they have gotten the ball down to the Denver 18 just that quick. Just that quick. So It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Denver 18. But right now they're making it look easy. So what you are seeing is the open roll on our way to Baltimore, Maryland. We are going there for the South Carolina women's basketball game, but I'm also giving you play-by-play of the NFL playoffs, where you have the Buffalo Bills on the drive currently. They are down to the Denver 18. It is 2nd and 6 from the Denver 18. 4:53 remaining in the first quarter. James Cook is kind of having his way at this point. 3 carries, 38 yards. Denver did take their drive down and get a field goal, but at this point it looks like Buffalo is doing its best to have their opening drive end in a touchdown. It will be 1st and 10 from the Denver 12. 1st and 10 from the Denver 12. Denver had a nice drive first time out. They went 14 plays and 64 yards, taking 7.5 minutes off the clock, but it resulted in a field goal. Buffalo's current drive is 6 plays, 55 yards, 4 minutes and 7 seconds, and is 1st and 10 at the Denver 12. 1st and 10 at the Denver 12. They pretty much have done all they've wanted to do. They've ran 6 plays for 55 yards. So that lets you know it's almost a 10-yard average by this Buffalo offense at this point. But they are setting up 1st and 12 at the Denver 12. Now that came after Jared Allen quarterback sneak up the middle for 2 yards for the first down, which, as you know, anytime they get in that short yardage position, that reminds me of the Cam Newton days in Carolina. I mean, for the most part, whenever Cam Newton got the ball in a short yardage situation, you almost could guarantee it was a first. It's not quite the tush push that they have out in Philadelphia, but it's still pretty much a guaranteed first down when you've got a 250-plus pound quarterback on a quarterback sneak. So it's going to be tough to stop them any time that it's that short. But we're down to 1st and 10 at the Denver 12. May call it the 11. And James Cook is going to get a 1-yard run off of the left guard. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 at the Denver. We're going to call it the 10. I think they gave him closer to 2 yards on that last play. And it will be 2nd and 10 from the Denver 10. I'm sorry, 2nd and 9 from the 10. And Jared Allen is going to complete pass short to the right to Shakir down to the Denver 7. Right there is where you're going to have a 3-yard gain, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Now, Buffalo can get a first down at the 1. They can get a first down at the 1. So it is 3rd and 6 at the Denver 7. Both teams have taken their opening drive and moved the ball, quite frankly, relatively easily. But Denver was stopped short of getting the touchdown, so they only have the 3-0 lead with 2:02 remaining in the first quarter. Now notice I said 2:02 remaining in the first quarter, and it's 1:33 left to go in the first quarter. Denver's opening drive took 7.5 minutes. They came away with the field goal, and now Buffalo has had the ball for 6.5 minutes, and they are 4th and 1 at the Denver 2. We are heading north, heading to Baltimore, Maryland. We are supporting the Lady Gamecocks of South Carolina. They will be playing in Baltimore, Maryland tomorrow at noon. Where are you coming in from? Samantha, where are you coming in from? Right now you got Denver. Could not stop them for the first. So it will be 1st and goal at the Denver 1. First and goal at the Denver 1. Yeah, that was another Jared Allen up the middle for a yard. I'm telling you, when they get that close, it's hard to stop that big body. It is hard to stop that big body for a yard. First and goal from the 1. And that Denver defense was able to make a stop, but that was on Jared Cook. He tried it off left tackle, and it's going to be a loss of 3. So it will be second and goal from the Denver 4. Second and goal from the Denver 4. And what happens? Okay. All right, it looks like Buffalo's going to take its time right here. They may even let the first quarter run out. They may let the first quarter run out. It is second and goal at the Denver 4. No, they're going to go there quick to the line, and it's going to be a touchdown. Jared Allen throws the 4-yard touchdown pass to Hardman. It is a touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. So both teams had very long drives. Both teams had very long drives. The first drive of the game by the Denver Broncos was a 14-play, 64-yard drive, 7.5 minutes. The second drive of the first quarter was 12 plays by the Bills, 67 yards, 7 minutes, 24 seconds. So with 5 seconds left in the first quarter, there have been 2 drives. So if both teams are able to move the ball like that, this is going to be one of those games where last team to have the ball may very well win it. But right now, with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter, the score is Buffalo 7, Denver 3. Who are you chiming in to root for? Let me know when you come in. Welcome to the GD Sports Network. GD stands for Girl Dad. I have a daughter who plays semi-pro football in Atlanta, Georgia. That is the origination of this station. But right now, you catch me on the road to support the University of South Carolina Women's Gamecocks. How you doing there, Circus Brothers? Let me know where you are chiming in from. You have caught a Gamecock fan heading north to Baltimore, Maryland, where the Lady Gamecocks will be playing Coppin State tomorrow. But along the way, we're going to keep you abreast of the NFL playoffs. Right now in the first quarter, with 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter, we have a score of Buffalo 7, Denver 3. Both teams pretty much has moved the ball the way they wanted to. Buffalo has 6 first downs. Denver has 4. Buffalo has 12 total plays. Denver has 13. Total yards, 67 for Buffalo, 59 for Denver. And again, both teams have held the ball for roughly 7.5 minutes. Unfortunately, for Denver fans, Denver was not able to cap their long drive with a touchdown. They ended up with the field goal. Buffalo was able to get it in from 4 yards out on a pass from Allen to Shakir. Therefore, the result right now at the end of the first quarter will be Buffalo 7, Denver 3. Now, that is pending the fact that there could be a very big play, which it will not be. It will be actually Bo Nix fumbled. He was able to get the ball back, so it'll be 2nd and 10 as we start the second quarter. But right now, at the end of the first quarter, it'll be Buffalo 7, Denver 3, end of the first quarter. All right, Circus Brothers, say you're doing good. How about me? I am doing well. I appreciate you asking. Do me a favor, hit that like button as you come in. And let me know where you are looking in from and who you are rooting for. I have no dog in the fight today. I am just keeping you abreast of the game. Buffalo is leading at the end of the first quarter, 7-3. Neither offense has been able to be stopped. Now, Denver was stopped late to where they did not get a touchdown, but they did have a 13-play drive that resulted in an opening possession field goal, and Buffalo was able to have a 12-play drive that ended in a touchdown. Both drives took 7.5 minutes. You literally had 2 drives in the first quarter, and that was it. So you had 2 drives in the first quarter, and I've never seen a game that would have only 8 drives, but that's what we're on pace for if both teams keep moving the ball at this rate. Now, we do expect these defenses to settle in at some point, especially the team from Denver. They pretty much have relied on defense throughout the year, but you are playing a very strong offensive team from Buffalo that is able to move the ball pretty much on anybody they play. Chris Carr, hello, hello. Let me know where you are listening from and who you are rooting for. We are currently at the end of the first quarter. We've got a score of Buffalo 7, Denver 3. And once again, giving you some of the stats. You've got Josh Allen. He is 4 of 4 passing for 23 yards and a touchdown. James Cook has been having his way. He has 5 rushes for 36 yards in the opening drive. And going over to the Denver offense, you've got Bo Nix, 5 of 8 for 42 yards. Bo Nix is also their leading rusher, 5 rushes for 11 yards. So far it's been the Bo Nix show, which is probably why they couldn't get it into the end zone. He is going to have to utilize his team today to win this game. Now, personally, I do have Denver winning the game simply because they're at home, and that should be able to help them pull out the win. But that being said, it will not be easy. They have to score some points in order to beat this Buffalo team. But this end of the first quarter, Buffalo 3. Now, into the second quarter, there was a fumble to end the first quarter, so it left it at 2nd and 9. First play of the second quarter is an incompletion by Bo Nix. That will bring up 3rd and 10. It'll be 3rd and 10, and actually it is going to go to 4th and 10 on another incompletion by Bo Nix. He was going deep right to Sutton. Cortland Sutton was unable to get the catch today, and it is going to be 4th and 10. So 3 and out. 3 and out. I said Denver would need a stop to uphold a win against Buffalo, but Buffalo is the first one to actually make a stop in this game, and that is going to result in a punt. 43-yard punt by Denver. Buffalo will be taking over at its own 37. So they were not able to necessarily flip the field, and going 3 and out is not a good thing considering you just had that Buffalo offense drive. 12 plays, 67 yards for the touchdown, and they will be right back on the field, which means you're putting your defense right back on the field after a 12-play drive. So we'll see how this works out for Buffalo. But right now, with 14:42 to go in the second, it will be Buffalo 7, Denver 3. Now, for those of you in the live, go ahead and give me a like, give me a subscribe, and let me know who you're rooting for in today's game. If you care. If your team is neither one of these, let me know who you root for. All right, I see a Panthers fan in there. All right, boys in Boston. Now you're in Boston rooting for the Panthers. Now I'm assuming that's the Carolina Panthers. Seattle, Ben, go Hawks, baby. All right, I know y'all be playing later. Now, I will say, Ben, I picked the 49ers to win that game. Doesn't mean anything. Just telling you who I picked. I've been wrong before. But, yeah, I got a feeling the Niners are going to pull that one off. If I am correct in what I am picking. That is the other game today, right? The Niners, yep, Niners and Seahawks. Yeah, just something tells me that the Niners might win that one, man. But to be honest with you, the reason that I even picked that is because when I don't have a team in the game, I'm usually pretty big on picking the underdog. So I know Seattle is supposed to win that game, but I'm kind of going with the Niners because of them being the underdogs. But it should be a good game. And I mean, it's crazy that all three of your teams are in the divisional playoffs. So yeah, we'll see how that shakes out. Denver Broncos or Buffalo Bills. I picked Denver to win the game simply because they're at home. Honestly, because the Bills hadn't really been playing their best, man. I mean, to be honest, but you know, all it takes is one game for them to get it together and they could go the whole distance. You know, this is their year, man. If they don't win it this year, if Allen does not win it this year, that's not going to look good for him because you've got all of the main quarterbacks out this year. This is his best possible situation to be in. So I picked Denver to win today because they're at home, but at the same time, you know, they're going to have to beat Buffalo. Buffalo is not going to be an easy win for them. And as I say that, James Cook off right guard for 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5, but they're at the Buffalo 42. Denver punted. They only punted to the 37-yard line, so that didn't help them any. But yeah, Denver, I think, is a better team. But you've got to beat Jared Allen, man. I say Jared Allen, not Jared Allen. I'm thinking Jared Allen from the Minnesota Vikings years back, but you've got to beat Allen, man. Josh Allen is not easy to beat. Unfortunately, he just wasn't able to beat Mahomes a few times, man. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. This is his year. Mahomes is out. You know, though he's older, you know, Aaron didn't make it. You've got, you know, the Ravens didn't make it. So, I mean, this is his easiest path. Because if you lose to Denver, you're losing to a second-year quarterback, and there's no excuse for that. You've got a second-year quarterback. If you can't get it done this year, I don't know what to say, but we'll see. Okay, well, fumble! James Cook is having him a day, but he just fumbled. It is recovered by the Denver Broncos. Denver will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. They catch a break on that one because Buffalo was driving once again. James Cook fumbles at the 31-yard line. It is recovered by Denver. So both teams drove, literally had 7.5-minute drives. First time out. Second drive, 3 and out for Denver. And now James Cook fumbles. So go figure. Now all of a sudden the defenses are showing up. But that's more of what you would have expected, to be honest. I mean, I didn't think it would be a 56-55 game. I think it'll probably be something closer in the range of 27-24 at most. Maybe something like 31-28, something like that. But I did pick Denver. So I will say that. But yeah, Denver causes the fumble. They get the ball back. They will be 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. They will be 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. So James Cook was blasted on that play. It was definitely a separation of the football. It was not a mishandle. It was not a I'm going to switch hands. He was hit hard and gave up the ball. So Denver's defense comes through, they will have the ball 1st and 10. We are driving to Baltimore, Maryland. We are South Carolina women's Gamecock fans. The women's basketball team will be playing in Baltimore, Maryland tomorrow at Coppin State. Coppin State. So we are heading to Baltimore, Maryland. Leaving the Carolinas, heading north. But along the way, we're going to give a little football coverage for those who are unable to watch it on CBS Live, or for those who just quite frankly want a different perspective. Not many times you can take in a football game while watching the open road. So just putting a little twist on it. But Denver with a run off right guard, 13 yards by McLaughlin. Going to set them up for 1st and 10 at the Denver 44. So Denver has an opportunity. If they can get this drive together, they can take the lead. They both scored their opening drives, but Denver was only able to get a field goal. So Buffalo does have the early lead, 7-3. Favorite team in the NFL? Man, I am somebody who was born in Detroit, raised in Nebraska. Father retired in California, and I'm prior Marine Corps, been here, been there, and currently live in the Carolinas. So I've got roots all over the place, man. But the two teams that I have followed the strongest have been the Oakland Raiders, which are now the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Atlanta Falcons. So I support two losing programs. I married into the Carolina Panthers, so now I support 3 losing programs. So not much of me is being seen during the playoffs. So I'm just a football fan. You say you're watching the game while watching this. Well, that's cool. I appreciate you chiming in, man. Go Panthers. That's right, boys in Boston, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The Panthers is my adopted team. I married into it, but I was sad that they lost, man, because they should have won that game. That was a good game. It was a great game. They battled back and forth, but they should have won that game, man. So it's unfortunate. Carlos like the Falcons, Seahawks, and Eagles. Okay, I can rock with the Eagles as well. As you know, our coach. Well, if you do know, our coach Dawn Staley is from Philly. She's a huge Philly fan. Also, I don't mind Jalen Hurts as a player, so I can rock with him too. But other than that, a friend of mine used to play for the Eagles back in the day, so I can appreciate that. Steelers. Honestly, man, the Steelers were my team growing up because you couldn't help but love the Steelers back in the 70s. But that was only because I was a young fan, new to the game, and I had a distant family member, Joe Green, that played for the Steelers back in the day, man. But other than that, I have no ties to the team at this point. My son actually is a Steelers fan, and I could care less. I'm not a Steelers fan, I won't lie. But let me give you an update. Bo Nix, deep pass. Sims, 1st down, Buffalo at the Buffalo 16-yard line. 27-yard pass from Bo Nix down to Marvin Mims Jr. 27-yard completion down to the Buffalo 16-yard line. And the first play after that is a loss of 2. So you go from being happy to sad. Denver loss of 2 for R.J. Harvey, trying to get off that left tackle, but it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. But so they will have 2nd and 12 at the Buffalo 18. They can get a 1st down at the 6. But now I won't lie, man. The Texans, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Texans could win it all. The Texans could win it all, and simply because of their defense, man. Their defense is unforgiving. I don't know if you noticed, but late in the year, they didn't intercept him. That would be a lie, 8 times. But I think they sacked Allen like 8 to 10 times, man. He couldn't do anything against Houston's defense. Bo Nix with a scramble up the middle to the Buffalo 7 for 11 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 7. They can, like I say, get the 1st down at the 6. They can get the 1st down at the 6. So Bo Nix is trying to use his legs today. He's doing all he can to win this game. You say you're more into the Steelers because you're near Philly. Yeah, I get it. You got the Pennsylvania connection there, but yeah, man, the Texans, they could potentially win it all. They could win it all. They're a good team when they're clicking. If their offense could score points, they're dangerous. Just sometimes they don't put it all together offensively, but that defense is stout and can beat anybody, quite frankly. Because it was late in the year. It was late in the year, man, where, like I say, they beat Allen, sacked him 8 to 10 times, and then the following week they beat, was it Denver? I know they played somebody else pretty well. Touchdown Denver, 7 yards. And was that to a lineman reported eligible? And that's who gets the catch. Yeah, Frank Crum is an offensive tackle. So they throw a touchdown to the offensive tackle. Yeah, Denver's doing all they can to win. They're quarterback runs and touchdowns to the tackle. Yeah, so Denver pays off that fumble. They go 69 yards. I'm sorry, 69 yards for the touchdown. They reclaim the lead at 10-7. 9:33 remaining in the half. Denver 10, Buffalo 7. Come on, Denver, make me right. I did pick Denver like I stated, man, but I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but that's who I picked, simply because they're at home, and I think their defense is a little better than Buffalo's defense. And Bo Nix, giving all credit to him, man, he's got this team playing pretty well, man. I think, if I am correct, are they the 1 seed in the playoffs? They're 14-3, so if they're the 1 seed, then the road to the championship goes through Denver. Do you not have ads? When you ask me that question, does that mean, do I have a sponsor? Or when I'm watching, do I have ads? Because I have ads when I'm watching YouTube, but as far as my lives are concerned, I'm pretty positive I do not have ads. I would have to say the answer to that would be no. I know for sure no one sponsors me, so I don't know how it works when someone is viewing it. If they watch my total live for 2-3 hours, if any type of an ad pops up, but I'm pretty sure my answer would be no. I'm definitely on the road to that, I pray, and but I can't give too many free advertisements, man, while I'm talking right now. Who do I have in the Super Bowl? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't care. I don't care. I don't support any of these teams, but just from being a fan and looking in from the outside, since Denver has the championship game, assuming they get past Buffalo, I would have to say Denver would be the favorite. But if Houston gets past New England, I would have to give Houston my nod. But I'm just not sure who has the 1 seed, if it's Houston, if it's New England, or if it's Denver. Because if Denver has to go to New England, I may pick New England. So I'm not sure what the seedings are. But I do believe that if Houston gets past New England at New England, then they're the team to watch out for. When it comes to the NFC, you've got the Rams, the Niners, and the Seahawks all out of the NFC West. So that is a heck of a team. Heck of a conference, man. So they're going to beat up on each other a little bit. So to be honest, San Francisco and Seattle are going to beat up on each other. And if the Rams happen to come out of their game, I would have to maybe give them the benefit of the doubt, because it'll be another knockdown, drag out game out of that conference. But I mean, if I'm being honest, man, has had a little magic this year. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Chicago make it, man. I don't think they will win it, but it wouldn't surprise me to see them make it. They just have a way of these late game ways of winning, man. It's weird because just last year they were terrible, but they improved their line, and the QB play has been pretty solid this year, enough to win games. So I could see it being Denver and Chicago as my dark horses. And I mean, Houston and Chicago, and honestly I would pick Houston to win it if it played out that way. You say you're looking for a 2014 rematch, Denver and Seattle? I could see that. I could see it. I don't want to see it, but I could see it. I could see it. I just like I say, you know, when I mentioned the Niners later on this evening, I just like underdogs, man. So a underdog story would be Houston, because I think Houston was late to the party as far as the playoffs. They're 12-5, and then Chicago. Now Chicago isn't necessarily a huge dark horse. At one point they were the number 1 seed, but they fell off a little bit, and they got into the playoffs at 11-6. So you know, it would be a surprise for them to actually make it all the way. So if I had it my way, it would be Houston versus Chicago, and I would see Chicago winning. I mean, Houston winning it all. That would be my dark horse. Back to live play. Buffalo is 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Deep pass down the left sideline is going to fall incomplete. Deep pass is going to fall incomplete. Jared Allen once again got another first down on a 3-yard run on 3rd and 1. So yeah, when they can't stop him on 3rd down. Man, if they're in 3rd and short, it's almost a guaranteed first down. They're going to have to start getting Josh Allen down on 3rd down, and they may be able to pull away. But if they're going to let him convert every 3rd down, it's going to be long on their defense. You got James Cook running off that right tackle for 5 yards. Going to be 2nd and 5 at the Buffalo 34. Going to be 2nd and 5 at the Buffalo 34. What you are witnessing is a live reaction to this game, but you are also seeing the road. You are witnessing 2 people on the way from the Carolinas to Baltimore, Maryland, where we will be witnessing the South Carolina Gamecock women taking on Coppin State in women's basketball tomorrow at noon. Nah, man, I'm not going to lie about that. I had no idea. You're giving me some real information. James Cook gets a pass to the short right and takes it for 24 yards. James Cook is killing them. 24-yard catch by James Cook has the ball down to the Denver 42-yard line. What's going on, Gregory? Seattle Nation. I see you say, yo, LMAO. It looks like he left right out. He came in, saw the road, and left. But yeah, another pass from Josh Allen. Short left to Knox is going to take it for 12 yards down to the Denver 30. Josh Allen is 6 of 7 for 59 yards. If they are not going to stop him and going to allow him to complete every pass, this will be a shootout. But no, I had no idea. You're saying the Eagles and the Steelers were the same team once because of the war. Now, considering, well, what you're saying because of the war, that had to be a long time ago. So yeah, that would have been before the current setup. So yeah, one being NFC, one being AFC. So this is probably back during what, the old AFL or Patrick Mahomes was losing in Chiefs, where Gardner Minshew takes backup QB. Gregory, I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Hit me with that one again. Josh Allen is sacked loss of 7. Sacked, loss of 7. That backs the ball back up to the Denver 37. Josh Allen will take some sacks, man. I tell you that much. Gregory, what you're seeing here, man, is we're South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball fans. We are heading north to Baltimore, Maryland. So you're seeing the road. You're taking the journey with us. But along the way, I'm giving you play-by-play of the NFL playoffs. So that's what you're seeing. But your question, are you saying that Patrick Mahomes, I know he's hurt with the Chiefs. Are you saying that Gardner Minshew is his backup and will be the starter for next year? Is that what you're saying? Let me know if that's what you mean by that. Josh Allen short pass to Shakir. They get back the 7 yards they just lost, but that will make it 3rd and 10. And Josh Allen short left to Brandon Cooks. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 15, so he will pick up 15 yards. Okay, I hear you. I understand that. Yeah, that's terrible for them. I mean, Gardner, man, he's had some magic in him at a couple of his stops. So who knows? Maybe he can come in here and keep the ship steady. But that's funny. That's funny. Mr. Mustache, Gardner Minshew. So you saying that was during World War II? Yeah, that's news to me, man. I did not know that. That's some NFL history for me. I appreciate that. I was unaware of that. Makes sense with them being, from the same state. Now, Chris Oladukin in Chiefs. Now, I see Gregory, Seattle Nation. So you are clearly a Seahawks fan, but you are dropping Chiefs knowledge. Are you a Chiefs fan as well, or are you just chiming in about something about the Chiefs because they're making some moves? And keep me abreast as to what you're telling me. I have James Cook, left tackle, 1 yard. So 1 yard gain is going to be 2nd and 9 at the Denver 14. But they are definitely in scoring position, if nothing more, to tie it with a field goal. But Denver's defense is going to have to stand up, or they're going to be scored up on. It is definitely, now they were able to cause a fumble last time down, so you never know. But right now, Josh Allen sacked. They got him again. It's going to be only a loss of 0, so they got him at the line of scrimmage, but he is sacked. Oh, Chiefs fans were losing the playoffs first time back since 2014. Now, when you say Chiefs fans were losing the playoffs first time back, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Man, they had a good run. I mean, it is kind of weird to not see them in the playoffs. But they had a great run. Mahomes just got to get healthy, man. I mean, you hope that his injury doesn't cause him some problems that lead to something long term. But Josh Allen pass incomplete to the right. Keon Coleman did not come down with the catch. Buffalo offensive holding declined. So it will be 4th and 9 from the Denver 14. You would expect a field goal attempt from here. There will be no reason to go for 4th and 9. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the half. Buffalo's field goal is good. It is 10-10 with 2:13 remaining. The interesting thing is that Buffalo will start with the ball in the second half. So there was no reason for them to be desperate on that drive. They got the field goal, they tied the game, and they will start with the ball the second half. They did, however, leave Denver 2 minutes and 17 seconds to work with. So if Denver is able to keep their offense moving in the right direction, they will be able to potentially get a field goal the way they scored last game. But, okay, it says since it was World War II, they were losing people on Steelers and Eagles, so they decided to make it one team, so they had even amounts of people on each team. Okay, so you're saying that, because that is true back in that time, man. All types of athletes were being drafted or called to the war. So you're saying that they were losing players off the team and they decided to combine the teams. That's interesting, man. I'll look into that and educate myself deeper on that. But yeah, that's interesting. And it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. You know, they're both, like I say, representing the state of Pennsylvania, so they combined them at that time. Yeah, I'll look into that. Good for Bills. They decided Josh Allen owned MVP. Yeah, Josh Allen, man, he's different, man. I mean, you know, when he's on, but he has not been able to win the big game. He just hasn't. And it's not a knock on him because, I mean, that year that they played the Chiefs, man, he battled doggone Mahomes, throw for throw, drive for drive, score for score. And it just so happens that Kansas City had the ball last. So, you know, I think if you looked at that game statistically, they both were almost identical. So it wasn't that he was outplayed, he just didn't get the ball last. So I'm not going to knock him, man. He's a good quarterback. You can say he's a great quarterback, but he has got to win the big one. And if he doesn't do it this year, I don't see that it's going to happen for him because this year there's no Mahomes. You know, there's no Kansas City Chiefs. There's no Baltimore Ravens. There's no Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no... Now, I'm saying the Colts as if to say they were playing really well this year before Mac Jones went down. They were very good team. He's out. I mean, all of the main quarterbacks are out. If you're going to win it, you got to win it this year. But if he can't get past Denver and a second-year Bo Nix, then I'm going to have to say that he's going to drop down a slot. You said the Ravens have never been a threat to anybody? Hey, I could agree with you to an extent because they've never won the big one either. But I'm saying that they do have a multiple-time MVP at quarterback. And this year, you know, I think they underachieved, but that was partly because he was out almost half the year. But when you put a Lamar Jackson with a Derrick Henry and a solid defense, they can beat anybody. Now, they haven't, but they are a threat, in my opinion. Who are you voting? First of all, I'm back. It was buffering a little bit. But I don't have a team in the playoffs at all, to be honest with you. So I would have to say that I would like to see, well, whenever I don't have a team, I go with the underdog. So let me say it like that. And I would have to say that right now, my favorite would be the Houston Texans because their defense is just amazing. And that's just reality. I saw them late in the year destroy Josh Allen, sacked him 8 to 10 times, and he didn't have a chance. So I know what that defense is capable of. Now, that being said, you obviously got to score points to win, but I think their defense can keep them in any game. So that's what I would say about that. In the NFC, I wouldn't mind seeing Chicago with their young quarterback go ahead and, you know, because they got in the playoffs at like 11-6. Now, if the Carolina Panthers had made it, I'd have been Carolina the whole way. But unfortunately, they didn't get past their challenge last week against the Rams. But so that's what I would say. Ultimately, if I had it that way, I would say the Super Bowl would be Houston versus Chicago, and I would say that Houston would win the game. So that would be who I was, quote unquote, voting for or rooting for. You say the Bills, huh? Well, in today's game, I won't lie, man. I picked Denver. I only picked Denver because they're at home. Because if I'm being honest, and you know, as unbiased as one could be, I am an honorary Bills Mafia member. My wife and I went out to Highmark Stadium. We went out the week after Damar Hamlin had gotten hurt. And we went out to a Sunday game. There was the game they were playing right after he got hurt, and they were playing the New England Patriots. And that stadium was electric, man. It was great. It was a great environment. Bills Mafia brought us in, offered us food and drinks, and you know, it was a blast, man. They were really, 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 you know, it's not a Cybertruck, it's actually a car, but it is a Tesla. You know, they were very kind to us, very nice, and it was a blast, man, and they took care of us. So we were definitely happy to be there, and you know, great game, man, great game. They returned to opening kickoff that day for a touchdown, and the stadium just went crazy. So yeah, I like the Bills fans and the environment, but I did pick Denver to win this game. You know, and they're at home, so I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But that being said, no, it would not surprise me to see you know, them lose the game. It wouldn't surprise me. Josh Allen should win this game, but I'm just going with the underdog. And it's not really the underdog per se, because Denver has a higher seed, which is why they're hosting the game. But I think most people would think that Josh Allen was going to win this game today. But I picked Denver. That being said, you know, that's why we play the game. Looks like it may be 10-10 at the half. The foundation or something, or whatever he has going on. But I do know that he has been known to be a very charitable individual. So I definitely wouldn't take that from him. I would believe that he is. But we will definitely be making a fuel stop here in just a second. But just to give a slight update, there is 1 minute and 33 seconds in the game, and 2nd and 10 for Denver. I don't know if they're calling that a fumble or a incomplete pass. I'm a little confused on what just happened. So let me see. Okay, Denver is 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 44 after a 6-yard Bo Nix scramble. See, Bo Nix and Josh Allen are both going to will their teams to victory. Now, it doesn't matter who. It doesn't. Hold on. Because I'm seeing y'all talking about a fumble that I haven't seen. What I have is 104 left in the second half. 1st and 10, Buffalo 44. So I think that was the one that you were calling a fumble was actually an incompletion. Yeah, so it ended up being a run by Bo Nix for the first, but then the next play is offensive holding. So they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the Denver 46 with 56 seconds remaining. They should be able to potentially get a field goal out of this, but we'll see. You say it's pitch white for y'all outside right now. Where are you chiming in from, man? Are you from the West Coast? Or where are you at? right, they got a 10-yard pass out to R.J. Harvey, up to the Buffalo 44, so they'll get that penalty yardage back. It will be 2nd and 10 from the Buffalo 44 with 44 seconds left to play. I also drive trucks, for those who didn't know that on my live earlier. So we will be pulling over at a Love's truck stop to fuel up. Love's truck stop. But yeah, we have 2nd and 10 at the Buffalo 44, and you've got a timeout by the Broncos with 44 seconds remaining. They have 1 timeout left. So minus them doing patterns to the outside, getting out of bounds, or being willing to give up a down with a spike. They only got 1 timeout left with 44 seconds to go, trying to get a field goal, I would assume. Obviously, you want the touchdown, but I'm assuming they want to at least get into field goal range before they take a couple of shots to the end zone. So we'll see how that plays out. But with 44 seconds left to go in the half, we've got Buffalo 10, Denver 10. We are driving up north to Baltimore, Maryland. We are leaving the Carolinas and heading to Baltimore to support the South Carolina women's basketball team in a game tomorrow at Coppin State. So we are heading to Baltimore, Maryland.
Currently in Virginia.
We are in Virginia, about to stop at a Love's truck stop for fuel. And we will continue on. Oh, you meant to say pitch black. Yeah, it said pitch white. I was like, oh, you must be on the West Coast. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting darker out here. Say who's in the car. Sorry, I'm nosy. It's me and my wife. My wife graduated from University of South Carolina, so I'm married into the family, and we support the women's Gamecock basketball team. And so we're heading to watch them play in Baltimore. Oh, it snowed. Where you at, man? Where you at, Carter? Are we heading into some snow, or are you just telling me it snowed where you're at? Where are you at? All right, I am 44 seconds before the half, so I'm trying to see exactly what's going on. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Good deal. Oh, 2 of you from New Jersey. Okay. That's ironic when I got 4 people in here and 2 are from New Jersey. Good deal. Welcome to the channel. For those who don't know, GD Sports Network. GD stands for Girl Dad. I have a daughter who plays semi-pro football in Atlanta, Georgia. If you look at any of the videos on my channel under the lives, you will see a couple of seasons of her football team. They did win a championship last year. My daughter is all of 5 feet tall and 100 pounds. 5 feet tall and 100 pounds. She plays free safety for her football team. Now, back to the game. We've got timeout Buffalo. So I don't know why Buffalo is calling timeouts, but I guess they feel like maybe they're going to do something with the 10 seconds they might be able to get. But they called a timeout Buffalo. So it's 38 seconds remaining in the half. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the Buffalo 44. Now I'm gonna jump out real quick and start my fuel, so it can do that during this timeout. So give me just a second to jump out and start my fuel, and I'll get back to you. But Okay, when you say watching, IN, are you saying that you're watching Indiana or watching, well, what did that mean? Clue me into that. Let me go start this feud. All right, fuel is started. Fuel is started. Get you some McDonald's large fry. Man, you know, I've been trying to watch my carbs, man. I'm borderline diabetic, man. Borderline. I'm right on the borderline. So, you know, them fries be killing me. But dog, boy, I sure want some. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But them suckers are addictive, ain't they? So I stopped by Panda Express and got me some super greens and some teriyaki chicken. I'm trying to eat a little healthier, but when I do cheat, it involves McDonald's. Not gonna lie about that. All right, the Bill offensive run in Buffalo by Strom and loves cookies and playing like a bum. You know that you know what Cam Newton is saying right now. Oh man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I picked Denver. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Let me know where you chiming in from. What you are witnessing here is someone who is giving you the game play-by-play. And what just happened is, but we are actually heading north to Baltimore, Maryland. So you're getting to witness the trip. You're witnessing the trip from the Carolinas to Baltimore, Maryland. But I'm also giving you play-by-play of the NFL playoffs. So welcome to the GD Sports Network. It is 1st and 10, Denver at the Buffalo 29-yard line. But Denver just called their third timeout. I told y'all I didn't understand the way they were using their timeouts, but they just called their third timeout. They have it 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 29 with 32 seconds. You would think they might have ran up and just spiked the ball on that one and saved that timeout, but you know, I'm sure they'll take a couple of cracks to the end zone and then maybe go at the field goal. But I would have liked to see them use their timeouts a little wiser in that situation, to be honest. But, que sera, sera. But I did pick Denver to win this game simply because they're home. Simply because they're home. That's it. No more, no less. I know it'll be a good game. Neither team is going to be an easy out. But I did pick Denver to win this game. My teams are out of the playoffs. I have no dog in the fight. So, you know, that's that. Yeah, you're right, man. More people need to join the live. Go ahead and send out some shares. Get the likes up, send out some shares. You know, we can keep it talking and keep it going for. Well, I'm rooting for Denver since I picked them. But I don't really care. I'll be honest. My team was Carolina Panthers in the playoffs, and they're out. They played good, but they lost. So playing good doesn't matter. They're out of it. And then if I have a sentimental pick, it will be the Houston. See, you're a Jets fan, so you understand. You definitely understand. Our teams are not in it, so we just watching as football fans. And you know, that's that. Carter, when she was saying it was dumb, she was talking about them using their timeouts. She wasn't being rude to me, I don't think. I think that's how I took it. Let me know if I'm correct, Michelle. Yeah, but you know what it's like to have a team that's not in the playoffs, that's for sure. But as I say that, Denver gets the touchdown. Bo Nix, deep left, 29 yards. So that was a great timeout. Oh, man. So much for me saying they needed the timeout, right? Touchdown Denver, 17-10, 22 seconds remaining in the half. It's sad that Oregon player. Oh, you talking about Bo Nix? Yeah, Bo Nix is I mean, he's got Denver looking good. I got to give credit where it's due. I'm a little surprised. I didn't expect him to come into the NFL and kind of take charge as quickly as he has, but he's done it, and I got to give credit where it's due. But yeah, in my perfect world, the scenario would play out where it would be oh, you're talking about, yeah, the other quarterback. You thought the Jets were going to get him, huh? Yeah, I bet that does hurt. Yeah, I forgot about that. Honestly, when I watched him play, I thought he needed to stay another year because Indiana made him look pretty bad, to be honest. But for you guys, it still would have been a good thing. He could have developed and you would have had him this year. But yeah, that is true. But it's going to be 17-10 at the half. And what I'm going to do, since we are here at Love's, I'm going to run in and take me a restroom break. But unless a miracle happens, it should remain 17-10 before the half. But I will be back in just a second. And because Buffalo does have 1st and 10 at the 30. And I was trying to wait till halftime, but they taking their time with it. And I'm done with the fuel, so I'm going to get in here and use the restroom so we can get back on this road. If something happens, hit me in the chat as well. But I am definitely, well, you know what? I know that Carter is what I think. Carter, did you say you're watching on TV and in the live? But just in case someone in here isn't on TV, I will give you the last few seconds of the half. Carter, yes, we are about to be on the road again. We are about to be on the road again. We just fueled up, and oh my goodness, fumble, Jared Allen, fumble, recovered by Denver. Denver has the ball at the Buffalo 32 with 2 seconds to go. I'm sure they will not go for a end zone shot, but they will get the field goal to end the half. Denver will take a 20-10 lead into the half. What a finish. What a finish. That was huge because Buffalo will start with the ball the second half, and even if they score, they'll still be down. Hey, Carter, I hear you, man. Go ahead and enjoy second half. I'm going to be on. I'm going to stay on. I'll be back for the second half, but go ahead and lock in the channel, man, because I'll be doing, like I say, my daughter's season is about to start in April. And then, you know, I'm trying to get my channel together, man, where I can do more content. It's just that every time I try and do anything that involves a highlight, I get copywritten. So I got to figure that out because I would like to do more. But yeah, Michelle, they got the field goal right at the end, so they have a 12-10 lead going into the half. So half, we'll be back. We will be back. We'll be back on the road in just a second. All right. So I am back, and I think whoever had asked me about it is out of the chat at this point, but someone had asked me to go in McDonald's and get them a large fry. I told them, I said, I can't do them fries right now. I'm trying to be good with my carb intake, and my cheat meal will already be some fried shrimp and some fries when we get out here into the little further down the road. We're going to pull over at my wife's favorite spot when we're up in the DC area. Is called Hot and Juicy Crawfish. Now she doesn't do the boils and stuff like that, but we do the fried shrimp. So that is actually where we are heading. That'll be the next stop. And oh shoot, I thought we were closer than that. Lord. It's still 2 hours and 45 minutes away. I am hungry now. Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, that Panda Express doesn't last.
But yeah, that's where we going. Is they don't close until 11. It's only 6 o'clock, so we got plenty of time. But we just thought we were a little closer than we are. But yeah, man. Get you some fried shrimp. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes away, so we may get something before that, but that's definitely where we gonna end up. Either today or tomorrow or both, because we only obviously get that area, so we pretty faithful to. But yeah, what you guys are seeing here, somebody popped in and popped right out. He said, "Man, this ain't no football game." They look like they act like they in a scene from the, what is that? The Blair Witch Project. They're like, "Whoa, man, what is this?" Got right on up out of here. But yeah, you know, like I say, man, this just taking y'all along for the trip. Really is what's going on. But hey, man, you be safe out there. And yeah, like you say, join the stream when you see it again. I appreciate you, man. Be safe. Give me a like and a subscribe as you head out. All right. You and me both. Said I hope more people join.
Yeah.
Welcome to the GD Sports Network. Now, I know you may be asking yourself, what is this that I'm seeing? I'm tuning in for a game. But what's going on is that you got two South Carolina women's basketball fans on the road heading to Baltimore, Maryland. Okay? And we are going out there to see them play Coppin State. But along the way, what I'm doing is giving you play-by-play of tonight's NFL game. So yes, you are not physically seeing the game. I did put live reaction. That's what you're going to have. And during that live reaction, what you will receive is a road trip. Now, where can you get that? Where else can you get a road trip and live NFL play-by-play? So that's what we got going on, man. We're on the road to Baltimore, Maryland. We are going to see the Lady Gamecocks from the University of South Carolina in a basketball game starting tomorrow at noon. But in the meantime, we are giving you play-by-play of the Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos. Denver currently holds a 20-10 halftime lead. Denver currently holds a 20-10 halftime lead. Now, if you have seen any of the game, then I'm just telling you what you know. But if you have not seen any of the game, I'm going to give you the halftime highlights. It is 10 minutes before the half is over. 10 minutes before the half is over. Both teams came out the gate on fire. Neither offense could be totally stopped, but Denver was stopped short of scoring. They had a 14-play, 64-yard drive that lasted 7.5 minutes. How you doing, Liam? You say you can get play-by-play in your grandpa's RV and get a road trip. That's what's up, man. I see you, Carter. But yeah, the Denver Broncos came out on fire, man, and they were 14 plays, 64 yards, 7.5 minutes on their opening drive. Buffalo came right back after holding Denver to a field goal with a 12-play, 67-yard drive that lasted 7 minutes and 24 seconds. So only 2 drives in the first. You say, why is it not dark anymore? It must just be the lights, because it's definitely dark out here. But I'm good. It doesn't look that dark for you on the screen. That's a good thing. But yeah, it's getting dark out here. But I guess that's just good headlights. But yeah, so Buffalo scored 12 plays, 67 yards. You had 2 drives in the whole first quarter. That was it. 2 drives. No more than that. Second quarter settled in a little bit. 3 and out by Denver. Then Buffalo fumbled on their next drive. 3 plays and a fumble. Denver capitalized on that, going 8 plays, 69 yards. 8 plays, 69 yards. Took 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Buffalo came back with another long drive of 13 plays, 69 yards, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. So Buffalo has had a drive of 12 plays and 67 yards that lasted 7 minutes and 24 seconds. And they've had a 13-play, 69-yard drive that lasted 7 minutes and 20 seconds. So they are having ball control drives, but now being down 20-10 at the half, if they don't come out and score right after the half, if Denver scores again, they will no longer be afforded the ability to have those long drives. They're going to have to score quick, or it's not going to work for them. So I'm not quite sure, what they'll do. They better score quick, I can tell you that. Or they're going to be in trouble. Because Denver, being able to score that touchdown right before the half and then cause a fumble and come back and get a field goal right as time expired, that opened that game up a little bit. So right now you're at 20-10 Denver. We are exactly 1 minute and 15 seconds before the half is over, and we should be back to live play. Give you a few stats. What you have is Buffalo. Josh Allen is 8 of 10 for 81 yards, but he's been sacked twice, big sacks. James Cook is running the ball well, averaging 5.7 yards a carry, 10 carries for 57 yards. On the flip side of things, Bo Nix is 13 of 23, 150 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Bo Nix is also their leading rusher, 8 rushes for 29 yards. So Bo Nix is doing all that he can do to keep his team in it and on top. So this is panning out to be a very good game. Says your cousin mid-game said, why are all the players black? I couldn't stop laughing, and he is 4. Well, he must didn't see both quarterbacks because Josh Allen and Bo Nix are both white. So he's got to see the quarterbacks, not just the skill position players. But from the mouth of 4-year-olds come nothing but honesty, right? Where we at? We are right before the half to start. Where we at? Let me see. Okay. Yep, we are right before Buffalo to receive the second half kickoff. But yeah, if Buffalo doesn't score quick here, I won't say they have to score quick. I won't say that. But if they do not score, and then Denver gets the ball back and scores, then Buffalo is in trouble. because in this game they have not been a quick strike offense. They have held the ball and they have driven the ball well, having a drive of 7 minutes and 24 seconds and a drive of 7 minutes and 20 seconds. So they can possess the ball well. But at the same time, if they don't score quick this half and Denver scores again, it's going to get interesting. Now, I picked Denver to win, so I don't mind. But I do expect it to be a close game. And if Buffalo wants it to be that, then they've got to get into this game quick after this half. But yeah, that's your stats for the half. Overall, you got Buffalo with 11 first downs, Denver with 12. Total plays, Buffalo 28, Denver 35. Total yards, Buffalo 172, Denver 208. And total time of possession, Buffalo has had the ball 16 minutes and 26 seconds. So they have had the ball 3 minutes more than Denver, but Denver has 10 more points. So sometimes having the ball longer doesn't matter, but what it does is limit the other team the possessions they can have. But Denver has come up with 2 turnovers. They caused a fumble by Cook running the ball, and they caused a fumble by Allen, I believe, on a sack. So those 2 turnovers hurt Buffalo big time, and Buffalo is down 20-10 as we start the second half. The second half kickoff has been kicked, and it has been returned 23 yards by Davis to the Buffalo 25, where Buffalo will start this possession 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. So we are back to live play. Just to give you the information that you may not know if you're clicking in, what you have here is 2 people on their way from the Carolinas to Baltimore, Maryland. So you are engaged in our road trip, but we are also giving you play-by-play of the NFL playoffs. So right now, second half beginning, it will be 1st and 10 for Buffalo at the 25-yard line. And that is where we are at. I believe they went to a break, and we will be back with Buffalo starting 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. I did play football. I played football from age 7 up until college, and I played football in different states. I actually started in the state of Nebraska, then my family moved to California. That is where I played high school and college, in the state of California. How about yourself? Did you play the game, or just a fan, or coach, or anything? I also coached high school a few times. I coached in Tennessee. I also coached in California. Who's my least favorite NFL team? Least favorite? Well, considering that I support the Raiders and the Falcons mainly, then my 2 least favorite teams would be the Chiefs / Broncos, believe it or not, but the Chiefs are more in this time, but the Broncos technically are our biggest rival with the Raiders. And then also, when it comes to the Falcons, it would be the New Orleans Saints. He says, no. Yeah, no, I am a Raider by heart, but like I say, I picked Denver to win, so I'm not hateful enough to not pick a team that I think is going to win. The Broncos, I mean, you know, Bo Nix is turning them around, man. I gotta give credit where it's due. Now, I would be a liar to say that I liked how Sean Payton treated Russell Wilson. I think he could have been a little nicer in how he dealt with him. He didn't have to play him, but he could have been a little nicer in how he dealt with him. But other than that, you know, you've got every right to do whatever. Oh, you are right. Another fumble by the Bills. This game is going to be over sooner than you know it. Bo Nix with a short pass to the right to R.J. Harvey. He is down 6 yards. It will be 2nd and 4 at the Buffalo 11. I told you that's why I picked Denver. I thought their defense was better than Buffalo's defense, and they were at home. Now, I did expect it to be a good game. I didn't expect Buffalo to crumble like this, but it appears that Denver, if they punch this one in, is going to be on their way to a victory, which is great for me and my parlay pick. Because I did pick Denver to win, so I'm hoping that's where it stays at. But yeah, man, that defense is showing up. That defense is showing up. That's all you can say. I mean, and this is going to be a bad look for Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills, because, like I said, all of the primary suspects that would normally be teams that would beat them, you know, hey, it doesn't look good for them right now. And the way Denver is looking, I could easily see, now I told you my heart's pick would be the Houston Texans. And if they get past New England, then it stays that. But if they don't get past New England and it comes down to New England, Denver, what I'm seeing tonight, I have to go with Denver. But, you know, that's being in the moment, right? We haven't seen New England play yet. But right now, the way Denver's defense is stepping up against a decent Buffalo offense, man, we got to give them credit too. This defense is playing. And if they're going to play like this, then I would have to make them a AFC favorite. Duchess, where are you chiming in from? I see you say you love the Denver Broncos. Hey, they're a solid team. I mean, I picked them to win this game, so I'm definitely rooting for them. But, and there's a touchdown. No, field goal. They got the field goal, so they're up 23-10. 23-10. Denver is up 23-10. 11:35 remaining in the third quarter. Now, that's not the touchdown they needed to put it away, in my opinion, early, because that would have been a 3-score lead. But by getting that field goal, there are 2 touchdowns. You know, it would take 2 touchdowns for them to lose if they didn't score any more. And the way their defense is playing, Buffalo's going to have to show some big changes, or I don't see it happening. But, you know, yes, I picked the Broncos in a parlay. I picked all underdogs, though. I believe I picked Buffalo. I picked Denver, San Francisco, Houston, and somebody else. I picked the underdogs, man. But yeah, that's who I picked in this one. Let me see. 32 being worse. Yeah, and I picked the Bears. That's right, I picked the Bears. Yes, I will probably. You know what? It depends. I'll be honest. What I'll have to do for that one is just kind of put it up, because my wife normally drives until about 6 p.m. So technically her shift is over.
Yes.
So really I'm the night driver, but I can put the game on and even let you guys listen to it potentially. That might get copywritten with my luck, but I may go to that format, let you guys listen to it. But the only thing with that is that sometimes, depending on where I'm driving, if I lose signal for a moment, it may buffer and put us behind. So that may happen. But yeah, that may be what I have to do once I start driving, is just put the game on and let you guys kind of get it that way. All right, you talking about the Bears? How I feel about the Bears? Oh, the Eagles. Okay, what do I think about the Eagles? Now, I'll be honest, man. It surprised me that they had the season they had. I thought they would have done better. So I'm not quite sure, since I don't watch them on a week-to-week basis. But anytime you've got Saquon Barkley and, and the ability to run the game the way they do, and then get into passing situations and have someone like, I mean, it's weird, man, because they have, why am I forgetting his name? Number 11, Brown, right? And I don't know what their relationship, what it's all about, man. Why him and, Jalen, they're not meshing. It's not working. I don't know if it's between him and Jalen or if it's between him and the offensive coordinator. I don't know who, A.J. Brown is mad at, but, or is it not A.J. Brown? I don't know who he's mad at, but he's definitely mad. I mean, we saw that even play out in the last game where they were literally basically nose to nose and fussing. So I'm not sure what the dynamic is with the Eagles, man, but you don't win a Super Bowl the year before and then just fall apart all of a sudden. So I don't know what that's all about. They should be better than they're showing. They should be able to win games. They should have been able to get back into the playoffs. Their division wasn't the best. So naturally, you win the division, but I don't know. I mean, they lost right out. I mean, wild card game gone. So, I mean, 23-19 to the 49ers. Niners are a decent team, but I don't know. I mean, it's weird. They probably should have won that game. But yeah, man, when you got the dynamic that they have, the ability to run, you got the tush push. So anytime you're in short distance, whether at the goal line or a first down, you're gonna get it. It's almost automatic. And then they should be able to throw the ball, especially very effectively off the play action. And they just weren't what I thought they would be this year. So we're going to see what happens in this off season, and how they come back, man. How they come back. Gonna have to see. But in this current drive has been 4 plays for 34 yards by the Buffalo Bills. They are down to the Denver 39-yard line after a Josh Allen completion. Short left to Kincaid, went for 7 yards. So they're already into scoring position. 3rd and 1 at the 39-yard line. Usually on 3rd and 1, they're good for it. If nothing more, they'll run Josh Allen. And that's what they did. Josh Allen up the middle for 2 yards. 1st down and 10 at the Denver 37. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like I said, usually when they get in that position, it's a 1st down. So it looks like that the Buffalo offense is doing, like I said, moving it back down the field, and probably may score, which will put us right back into a 6-point game. But I've been thinking that on different possessions when they've messed around and fumbled. So they got to keep their hands on the ball, and maybe they'll be okay. You got Josh Allen to the middle, to Dawson Knox, his tight end, for 7 yards. So they are already in field goal range, assuming they can hold on to the ball. I have to keep saying that because they've got so many turnovers in this game. But they're definitely capable of moving the ball, as we see. They've just got to complete the drives. So you've got 2nd and 3 at the Denver 30 after that 7-yard completion. And now you do have 1st and 10 as the ball has been run by James Cook for 11 yards down inside the 20. They are in the red zone at the Denver 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Buffalo at the 19-yard line. 13 carries, 70 yards for James Cook. So like I said, if they come back and score right now and then they can stop, Basher, my man, is back. What's going on, Basher? Hey, man, how was the ride? How was the lesson tonight? Or for you this afternoon? But yeah, James Cook, I mean, 13 carries, 70 yards, man. I mean, you know, he's definitely cooking. So if they can score and then stop Denver, it's a whole new ball game. They just got to stop fumbling the ball. But yeah, right now you've got 23-10, Denver, 7:38 to go in the third quarter. But you've got 2nd and 1 at the Denver 10 after a 9-yard pass from Allen to Shakir. So again, 2nd and short, that usually means first down when you've got Josh Allen at quarterback. So we've got 2nd down and 1 at the Denver 10. And there's a 10-yard touchdown pass. Josh Allen to Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. We got a new ball game. 6:49 to go in the third quarter. 17 for the Bills, 23 for Denver. You know, for it to be this close, considering that Buffalo has 3 turnovers, Denver has not taken full advantage. Well, I can't say that, man. I can't say that. What I will say is that right before the half when they got a turnover, all they had 2 seconds left, so they had to kick a field goal. So really they have taken full advantage. So when you consider that they have scored 17 points off of turnovers, Buffalo could be winning this game. Buffalo could be winning this game. So if Buffalo can hold on to the ball and stop Denver a couple of times, Denver may be in trouble. Does it say you're lagging? Okay, so your session was amazing? Is that what you're saying? Horse riding session was amazing? Oh, you said I'm lagging. It says it's 3:31 right now? Oh, okay. You're saying 3:31 on the West Coast. Yeah. I thought you were telling me it was 3:31 remaining in the game. I was going to say, oh, okay, I'm behind. Yeah, 6:49 to go in the third quarter, 3:31 on the West Coast. Yeah, man. You see, it's dark out here as we heading up the road. Yeah, out here on the East Coast, we're dark. But we're heading on down the road. All right, let me see here. Yeah, that touchdown is going to make a difference. That touchdown is going to make a difference. Even with 3 fumbles lost, it is a 6-point game with 6:49 remaining in the third quarter. So Buffalo is not being stopped when they hold on to the ball, but they have had times when they cannot hold on to the ball. So, yeah, they've got to hold on to the ball, man. But I see, yeah, Basher, California, 3:30, and okay, I see 5:33. Boys in Boston, where you at? I just assumed you were in Boston. Where you at if it's 5:33 there? Because that's Central Time. Carter, New Jersey, yes sir. 6:30, yeah. Yep. All right. Alabama, okay. So now are you from Boston, or is Boston your basketball team? Or where's the name come from? All right, the ball has been kicked off. Denver will possess the ball after it was kicked into the end zone. Touchback, Denver will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Denver needs to answer Boston for the Red Sox. Okay, I said basketball. It's your baseball team. Man, if you've been to that baseball field, my wife and I want to get there, man. We haven't made it there. We went out to Boston one time, but we went out there it was an odd season, so there wasn't much sports going on, but we did go to, well, I shouldn't say that. It was football season, but the Patriots weren't in town. We went to a game at Harvard and watched the football game there at Harvard, and then we went out to New York and watched the WNBA Finals. It was a year the New York Liberty were hosting the Las Vegas Aces. We went out to watch the game out there. Went to game 3. Las Vegas had won the first 2, then lost the third game, and then won it in game 4. So we saw the only game they lost. We went because supporting the Gamecocks, we also were supporting Asia Wilson. But unfortunately, we got to see a game that she lost in. But yeah, we took in a football game at Harvard. Day has been good, man. Just driving. I can't lie. My wife has been driving up to this point. And RJ Harvey with a 5-yard run up to the 40. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Denver. 3rd and 5 Denver. So up to this point, so I'm about to have to take over in a minute. So as small as these comments come across, I'm probably not going to see very many of them once I start driving. But she's been driving for the first, what time did we leave? It's 6:30 now.
It's after 1 or 2.
Let me see what we got. 2 hours to the lunch spot, but that takes us off course a little bit. Well, dinner spot at this point. But she's probably been driving a little over 4 hours. And we did stop for lunch earlier at Panda Express, so. But yeah, she's been doing most of the driving. So once I take over, I'll be able to play the game, like where I can either hear it or see it. But I probably will have a harder time reading my comments at that point. But all right, there we go. Bo Nix, short left, intended for Ingram, picked off. Interception, first turnover by Denver, gives Buffalo the ball at the Denver 36. So if this is a tale of 2 halves, Denver got 3 turnovers in the first half, and now Buffalo has scored, and now they got the ball back on an interception. They will have the ball at the 36-yard line. So this is looking like the first half, but it was all Denver. We are heading to Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland. We are in support of the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team. And they are playing in Baltimore, Maryland tomorrow at Coppin State, or Coppin State, whichever it is. Coppin or Coppin, but that's where they are playing tomorrow at noon. And that's where we are heading, is Baltimore, Maryland. Now the first play of Buffalo's drive is going to be a loss of 4. Pass out to Shakir, but it's going to be a loss of 4 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 14 at the Denver 40. Say you want to go there to Baltimore, Maryland? Yeah, great seafood. That's part of the trip. She wants to go to seafood spot, and we'll be doing that. Now listen to this. Jared Allen, deep middle, intercepted. Josh Allen. Look, my wife corrected me. I don't know why I got Jared on my mind. All I keep seeing is Jared with his headband. Back when he used to play for the Minnesota Vikings, he was a beast of a lineman. But it's not Jared at all. It's Josh. But he's been intercepted. So Denver takes the ball right back. This game is crazy on the defenses. The defenses are playing, man. So you got Josh Allen going deep down the middle, intercepted at the 8, and returned 30 yards back out to the Denver 38-yard line. So considering they just gave up the ball on the 36, they now have it at the 38. So they pretty much got the ball back where they gave it away from. That defense is playing tonight. So they are definitely looking as though they're going to win this game. But like I say, you got to play the game. They keep going back and forth, and right now they are back in the lead. And, well, they already have the lead, but they're back in possession of the ball. And Carter Rocks, what's up, baby? You back? I see you. Yeah, it is just back and forth. This is crazy. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. Either team that holds on to the ball, they're moving the ball well. Both teams can move the ball. But obviously both defenses are showing that they can stop the other team from scoring. But they're both able to move the ball. So with 4:55 remaining in the third quarter, that was huge. And like I say, from a legacy standpoint, if Josh Allen does not win this game, and he's thrown an interception, and he's fumbled, it could get ugly for him. Now, you can never say a great quarterback is not a great quarterback. I mean, back in the day, Peyton Manning lost a lot of games and still is an all-time great and ended up winning a couple of Super Bowls late in his career. So we're not saying that Josh Allen would be a bust, but it is saying, hey, Basher, you out of here? Gonna play Roblox with your brother? Hey, man, you enjoy, bro, and make sure to keep making your content, man. Tell your brother I said what's up. Come back and see me when you will, and I'll check out some of your videos as well, man, okay? Be safe, man. All right, let me see here, because I may have played myself. All that talk I'm doing, and sure enough, it's not on here. That is terrible. That is crazy. Let me see if it's too late. I don't even know if I can where we're at. That is crazy. Okay, for those of you hearing me complaining, I have noticed that my bet was not placed. Lord have mercy. Okay, let me see. I could still get the last 3 games for sure, but okay. That is terrible. We shall see. You'll see, now I got it in, but that's terrible. Well, see, and it's just a different rate.
Yeah.
It would have been better earlier, because see, now they're already winning.
Right.
Earlier, I think they were picked to lose because I took all the underdogs. So it would have been a better payout. But
At least you caught it.
yeah, the last 3 will be all right. All right, well, back to live play. Lord have mercy. At least I noticed. I'm sitting here telling y'all I was about to check my wager and realize I hadn't even placed it. That's terrible. All right, Carter, be safe out there. And is it Christy? Good evening. How are you? Where are you coming in from? Welcome to the GD Sports Network. GD stands for Girl Dad. I am a big proponent of women's sports, but I also love the NFL, so that's what we are dealing with tonight. We are giving you live play-by-play from the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Denver is currently ahead 23-17 with the ball at the Denver 40, 2nd and 9. It will now be 3rd and 9 after an incomplete pass from Bo Nix to Adam Prentice. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the Buffalo 40. I don't think they're quite in field goal range yet, But if it's not windy out there tonight, they could be, because Denver's at high altitude and the ball flies off of a kicker's foot. So, but it just depends. I know it's cold this time of year and may be a little windy. I'm looking at the weather report. I don't see the wind. I just see 34 degrees. So we're just going to have to see if they're able to kick a long field goal. But right now, it is 3rd and 9 from the Buffalo 40. 2 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Incompletion. 4th and 9 from the 40. If I'm being honest, I would rather see them punt the ball since their defense has been playing so well. But if they've got a good kicker, kick it. I mean, I don't know that much about him, I won't lie, but that'll be a 57-yard field goal attempt. So 4th and 9 at the 40. All right, what you have here is GD Sports Network giving you. Okay, they did punt the ball away, which is a good thing. Fair caught at the Buffalo 15. I don't think it was worth going for that long kick because it could have been blocked coming out low, or it could have just been missed and you would have gotten the ball midfield. So it's good that they punted that away. Denver is up 20-17 with 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. Now, what you're witnessing when you see the road is we are on the road to Baltimore, Maryland. We are to South Carolina basketball, Maryland, to see our Lady Gamecocks take on Coppin State. But in the meantime, I'm giving you live play-by-play reaction to the NFL playoffs. Current game is Buffalo 17, Denver 23. The Denver Broncos are up by 6 with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Both teams have moved the ball well, but both teams have turned the ball over at crucial moments. So right now, Buffalo literally has 4 turnovers, and they're only down 6 points. So Buffalo is going to have to hold on to the ball if they want to win this game. And Denver is not getting far enough out in front of them to stop them from winning the game, because quite frankly, Buffalo is one big play away from having the lead. So we are currently, how you doing, Philip? We are currently in Virginia, heading to Baltimore, Maryland, heading up the freeway. So what you are seeing is a road trip. What you are hearing is the NFL playoffs. So we are doing play-by-play of the Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos, but you are witnessing a road trip. All right, welcome to the GD Sports Network. We are broadcasting live NFL football. Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos. Denver clinging to a 6-point lead with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Buffalo has just taken over after a punt. It will be 1st and 10 Buffalo at the 15-yard line. Both teams have moved the ball at ease at times, but both teams have turned the ball over at an important juncture. Buffalo has 4 turnovers, and they're only down 6. If they can hold on to the ball, there's no telling. But Denver's defense keeps coming up and standing up to the task. They just threw an interception for their first turnover last possession, and then they got the ball right back as the defense intercepted the ball. First play of this drive, you got James Cook, round right in for 7 yards. James Cook is having a solid game. He's got 14 carries for 77 yards. That will set them up with 2nd and 3 at the Buffalo 22. He was tackled by Pat Surtain, which is good he's back in. I hadn't noticed when he came back in, but he went out earlier in the game with some type of shoulder stinger on another tackle that he made on James Cook. So it's good to see him back in the game. A couple of minutes left in the third quarter. We got 2nd and 3. Buffalo at their own 22-yard line. And now 3rd and 1 after a James Cook run to the left guard. 3rd and 1 at the Buffalo 24. As I've stated several times, usually 3rd and 1 means first down for Buffalo when you've got a quarterback the size of Josh Allen. But we're going to have to see how this plays out for them. 3rd and 1 at the 24 of Buffalo. And of course, first down. Josh Allen up the middle for 2 yards. I mean, that's just like an automatic play for them, man. Anytime it's short yardage, usually Josh Allen's going to get it. I mean, he's just too big to be tackled, for a few inches, for a yard or so. He's just too big. So it's going to be 1st and 10, Buffalo at the 26-yard line. 37 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And there's a 6-point deficit for the Bills. They're down 17-23. Buffalo has 17 first downs now. They just got another first down. 17 first downs. Denver has 13. Buffalo has 254 yards total. Denver has 242. Buffalo has had the ball for 5 or 6 more minutes than Denver. But when Denver has had the ball, they have made the plays. That was another James Cook run for 12 yards. James Cook now has 91 yards rushing on 16 carries. So he is averaging over 5 yards a carry, or actually a little less than 5 yards a carry. But he is he's been steady. He's been steady. He is really the reason that they're in the game, because he's been steady. Josh Allen has only thrown for 135 yards on 14 of 18, but he does have 2 touchdowns. So, he's gotten the ball in the end zone in those 14 completions. Bo Nix is 15 of 30 with 2 touchdowns and an interception. So both quarterbacks have 2 touchdowns. Both quarterbacks have 1 interception. Bo Nix is thrown for 175. Josh Allen for 135. James Cook has rushed for 91 yards. Bo Nix is also leading Denver in rushing with 29 yards rushing. And he has not been sacked. Josh Allen's been sacked a few times, or at least twice that I'm aware of. So that is the reset right now after 3 quarters. Going into the 4th quarter, the Buffalo Bills will have the ball at their own 38-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10. Now, I know you're looking for live reaction to the football game, and that is what you're receiving, but you're also seeing us on the road to Baltimore, Maryland. So that is what you are seeing. You are seeing the road to Baltimore, Maryland. We left the Carolinas, and we're heading up the road to Baltimore, Maryland. We've got probably a couple of 3 hours to go to get there, but we're actually going to make a pit stop in Falls Church, Virginia, to a seafood place. So that is our next stop. Next scheduled stop, but I know we'll be pulling over probably prior to that, so my wife and I can switch positions in the car. No, I'm not delivering anything. We're actually in our personal vehicle. I do drive trucks, and you will see some stuff from me on the road at some point. But right now we're in our personal car. We are driving from the Carolinas to Maryland because we are South Carolina Women's Gamecocks supporters of the basketball team. And they will be playing tomorrow in Baltimore, Maryland at Coppin State. Where are you chiming in from, out of curiosity? I see you, Carter. All right, so as we get ready for the start of the 4th quarter, Well, it appears that we have started the fourth quarter. Let me see here. Incompletion to Knox. All right, so 2nd and 10 for Buffalo at the 38-yard line as the fourth quarter begins. All right, you're in Indiana. Okay. We've come out there a few times. Like I say, we love sports, period, but we also support women's sports. Now, Josh Allen with a deep pass to Shakir down to Denver. 16-yard line. 46-yard gain by the Buffalo Bills. They are in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Buffalo 17, Denver 23. Buffalo looking to take the lead if they can hold on to the ball. They have turned it over 4 times. But yeah, we've come out there several times to the Indiana game by James Cook off right tackle for 2 yards. 2-yard gain, James Cook off right tackle. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the Denver 14. But yes, we've been to the field house a few times watching the Fever. Now we want to get out there to the Colts as well. We've been obviously past the stadium several times, but we've not been to a game yet. So that's on our bucket list. Josh Allen incomplete right to Samuel. Curtis Samuel was the intended receiver. It's going to fall incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Something tells me if they don't get at least 5 yards, they're going to take the field goal. But it is 3rd and 8 at the Denver 14. And with 13:33 to go in the fourth, I'd take the field goal regardless. Because both defenses have played well enough to make a stop. And 6 points will tie it. But we will see, because Josh Allen, I'm sure, wants that touchdown. So here we go, 3rd and 8 from the 14. Buffalo trailing by 6. Hello, hello, how are you? And it's a touchdown. Josh Allen with a short right to Dalton Kincaid. The tight end gets it in from 14 yards out. That's going to tie the game at 23. But pending their extra point, Buffalo will have its first lead of the game. And there you have, no, that's not true. They were up 7-3. So that's the first time they're in the lead since it was 7-3. So that is a 14-yard touchdown pass from Josh Allen to Dalton Kincaid. 24-23 is the score, with 13:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Where are you chiming in from? I see you saying yay, so you must be a Buffalo fan. Where are you chiming in from? And is Buffalo your team, or are you just rooting for them in this game? Everybody in the chat, go ahead and give me a like on the video. Give me a like on the live. Let me know where you are connecting from. Well, I'll be honest, this is the game that I expected. I had said this pretty much the whole time as far as the closeness of the game that I expected. But it was a struggle getting here. It looks like at one point Buffalo was going to dominate the game, but turnovers have killed several of their drives. Then at other times it looked like Denver was going to go ahead and open it up because of the turnovers. And yet here we are with 13:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Buffalo with the 24-23 lead. So I was saying it's closer to like 27-24. Denver, that can't happen, but it could be 26-24. But I think I need a bigger win than that because of, oh no, I just need them to win. I did pick Denver, so I just need a win. I don't need them to win by any amount. That's why I be doing the money line instead of the points, because points will get you in trouble, man. You can still see a team win and still see your money lose. So sometimes I just go with the straight up who's going to win. And right now the game is 24-23, and I just need a Broncos win. So I am still looking for the Broncos to win, but I don't have a dog in the fight, man. I don't truly root for the Broncos. If I'm being honest, I'm a Raiders fan, but I did pick them to win because they're playing at home, and I thought that might give them the home field advantage to win by 2 or 3 points. And the way it's looking, that may happen, but they're definitely going to have to stop Buffalo, even if they get that field goal, because it looks like Buffalo's offense is coming on, and if they can stop turning the ball over, they'll be able to win this game. So we'll see what Denver has for them as they take the ball back over for their first possession of the fourth quarter with 13 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. Kickoff will be returned 27 yards by Tyler Beatty. So Denver will take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. All right, first down. Bo Nix pass short right to RJ Harvey, but it's going to go for no gain. So it's a stop right at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. 13-16 remaining in the fourth quarter. Buffalo has a 1-point lead, 24-23. You are hearing live play-by-play of the NFL playoffs. You are witnessing a road trip. That is what you are seeing on your screen, is a road trip. We are road tripping from the Carolinas to Baltimore, Maryland. RJ Harvey is off the right end for 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Denver at the 35-yard line. RJ Harvey has 6 carries a day for 20 yards. He's going to have a little bit better production on that in order to keep them able to run the ball. He's been stymied most of the day, quite frankly. Bo Nix is the leading rusher for the Denver Broncos. That could be a good sign if he was a running quarterback, but the reality is he's only run for 29 yards, and he's their leading rusher. By contrast, James Cook has 93 yards rushing for the Buffalo Bills. And Bo Nix pass is incomplete to Lil Jordan Humphrey. So that will bring up 4th and 7. That is not what Denver needed, was a 3-and-out after Buffalo scoring on its last drive. Buffalo definitely has the momentum right now, and it looks like they, if it stays this way, will be able to come into Denver and win a close game. They have 4 turnovers, so they may very well deserve the win today. But I will say that the turnovers have been forced by Denver, so their defense has deserved to win the day. But their offense is going to have to give them a little bit of support, or they're going to find themselves on the losing end of a AFC divisional playoff game. So Buffalo's going to take back over after the punt goes into the end zone. They will be taking over 1st and 10 when we get back to live play at the Buffalo 20. So for those of you in the chat, welcome to the GD Sports Network. Put in the chat where you are logging in from and which team you are supporting. Let me know where you are logging in from and which team you are supporting. All right, 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this game. Buffalo is going to have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Now, if Denver wants to win this game, they need to stop here. And they need to get the stop before they're able to flip the field so they can possibly get themselves a short field so they can go down and take the lead even if it's on a field goal. As you come in, let me get a like. Let me get a like on that video as you come in. Let me know where you are coming in from. All right, so as we get back to live play, we are going to have a 1st and 10 for Buffalo at their own 20-yard line. 11 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game. Tennessee, I see you. All Bills there, huh? Yeah, my wife and I took in a game at Highmark Stadium, and Bills fans were great, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, real nice people took us in, told us we were honorary Bills Mafia, and we loved it. It was a great experience. So I am not anti-Buffalo. When it comes to this game, I did pick Denver to win because they're at home. And I just think that's going to get them a slight advantage. But as we can see right now, that slight advantage has kept them close. So it is 24-23. And we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Buffalo wins. But I will say if they don't, it'll be a mark against Josh Allen because he's got to beat Bo Nix. He's got to beat Bo Nix. Head to head, he's got to make it happen. So he's at 195 yards passing after that last drive because he had only been at like 135. So he's up to 195. Bo Nix is at 175. Allen with 3 touchdowns. Bo Nix with 2. They both have an interception. So we're going to have 1st and 10. Buffalo at the 20-yard line. And on the first play, Josh Allen's going to go short left to his tight end that just had the 14-yard touchdown, and he's going to get a 15-yard first down. So Josh Allen is starting to use Dalton Kincaid a little bit. His tight end is actually his second leading receiver. 4 catches for 61 yards. Leading receiver being Shakir, who has 6 catches for 72 yards. But he's definitely starting to lean on his tight end a little bit. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Buffalo at the 35-yard line. 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go. And again, there's another first down. James Cook off the right guard. 12 yards. See, Buffalo's offense is starting to click. Denver may have waited a little too long to capitalize on some of those turnovers. Off of 4 turnovers, they only have a total of 23 points. Total. That's not after every turnover. That's just 4 turnovers, period. They've only got 23 points. Buffalo only has 1 turnover, and they're leading with 24 points. So they didn't take full advantage of those. And once again, Josh Allen with a pass, 13 yards to Dawson Knox, another tight end. So if they're not going to cover their tight ends, Josh Allen is going to use his tight ends to win this football game. 1st and 10 at the Denver 40. Even a field goal here hurts Denver because it means they would have to get a touchdown. And they've already flipped the field, if nothing more. I was saying they need to stop them early, get the ball back. They were unable to do so, and Buffalo has passed midfield already, and they're at the Denver 40. So with 9:52 remaining in the 4th quarter, Buffalo is moving the ball again. They have driven 46 yards in their 4 plays. Another 6-yard carry up the middle, James Cook. He's now at 19 carries for 111 yards. So James Cook is cooking. Who you got with Texans versus Pats? Again, in that one, I picked the Texans. I went with all of the underdogs. I went all underdogs. I don't have a team in the playoffs, so I went with Houston because their defense has just been amazing, man. I can't say what they did again. I think another 4-yard run by James Cook. That 4 yards, another first down. First and 10 at the Denver 30. So, oh no, gave them a gain of 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. But late in the year, you know, Houston sacked Josh Allen like 8 times and won that game. And then I think they came and beat New England, but I could be wrong on that one. But their defense solidified late in the year, and they beat a lot of quality teams late. So let me see if New England was one of them. But I do know that they beat Josh Allen, man. They beat him in the ground. They beat him pretty bad. So let me see here. No, Houston did not play New England. So this will be their first time meeting up. But yeah, they sacked Josh Allen 8 times in the game they played him. And I think they intercepted him a few times. It was a bad game for Josh, man. It was a bad game. That defense is good enough to win a championship, so it just depends on what their offense can do. But I did pick the Texans in that game. In that game against Houston, let me see, Josh Allen. Yeah, Houston sacked him 8 times, and Josh Allen threw 2 interceptions. So it was a bad game for him, man. And they beat him when the quarterback was actually Davis Mills. So they didn't even have their starting quarterback, but that's just how good the defense played that night. So we're going to have to see if they can repeat that now that it's playoff time. If not, naturally they're going to lose. It is what it is, but I just know that defense is capable, man, so that's who I'm going with. Back to the game. You got 2nd and 10 at the Denver 28. Josh Allen short pass to Ray Davis, but there was 0 yards gain on that play. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the Denver 28. 7:53 remaining in the 4th. So this is one of those where if they hold them to a field goal, Denver has a chance, because Denver's first drive of the game went for 7.5 minutes, but it resulted in a field goal. So they're going to have to get in the end zone to win it if it comes down to that right now, because it is 3rd and 5 after a wow. Josh Allen left tackle for no gain, and he fumbled, but he got the ball back. So that could have been another turnover in scoring position. This Denver defense is really doing their best to win this game, man, but they, you know, maybe they need like a pick 6 or a scoop and score, because all of these turnovers, defense is playing. They're playing. But it's going to be 3rd and 5 at the Denver 23. They're already in field goal range, so that turnover right there would have been huge, but they could not get it. So Josh Allen fumbled, but was able, Denver was able to get the ball back.
Richmond, Virginia
is what we are rolling through en route to Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland is where the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team will be playing Coppin State tomorrow. That is where we are heading. So you are part of our road trip. And as we road trip, I am giving you live play-by-play of the NFL playoffs. That last play, someone from Denver was hurt. So we've got a break in play. When we get back to live play, there'll be 6 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. 3rd and 5 for Buffalo. It would be in Denver's benefit, whether they get a field goal or not, to stop them on this 3rd down play so that they can preserve as much time as possible for their drive. But we're going to see what happens, because if they're able to get this touchdown, Denver would then need to score and a 2-point conversion just to tie it. So it would be in Denver's best interest to end this drive now and take over the ball and go down for a winning field goal. But yeah, they just caused a fumble. They did their part, but they did not recover it. Who's your pick for Texans and Patriots? Hour and a half. Yeah, see, this current drive for Buffalo has been 8 plays for 57 yards, but it's taken 5 minutes off the clock. Josh Allen around the end for 9 yards. Huge run by Josh Allen. 9 yards down to the Denver 14. We will be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line, and with their current run game, I just think it's going to be hard to stop them from getting the touchdown. But more importantly, it's the time they are taking off the clock. This current drive, 9 plays, 66 yards, 5 minutes and 21 seconds. And there's only 5 minutes and 43